Welcome everyone to my personal project's documentary about football and its deep influence in Argentinian culture. In this documentary, I will be exploring the changes that football gives to culture and how it shapes the economy, the politics, the society, and even the religion, and show the passion, identity, and history of this sport. So let's get ready to dive into the world of Argentinian football.
Nuestro Mesías nos regala el trofeo tan anhelado por un pueblo que vive fútbol, que sueña fútbol, que se ilusiona con el fútbol, que lucha y pelea por el fútbol. Somos campeones del mundo de Qatar.
Football. For us, more than a sport, more than 11 players on a ball. Football means history, means identity, and means passion, from the paddocks to the largest stadiums in the world. This game unites us, represents us, and makes us dream.
Golazo.
In Argentina, football is everywhere. It's not just something you watch on TV, it's something you live. It's in the streets, in parks, cafes, and almost every conversation from a young age or older age. We are all born into it. And whether it's Messi going to his 700th goal or a kid playing with a ball in dusty, dirty street, football becomes part of who you are.
Ahí va, para dejar a Brasil afuera.
Hoy, Viernes Santo, la ciudad está desierta. Estamos en la calle San Juan, a la altura del 2900. Pero el primer comando del Cuerpo de Ejército realiza el operativo Rastrillo.
Que a partir de la fecha el país se encuentra bajo el control operacional de la Junta Militar.
De la embajada de colectivo, 12 de la noche. Mujeres, una fila, hombres, otra fila. Documento en mano. Mirá, perdón. Usted, ¿por qué está de acá?
Throughout Argentinian history, football has been used by politicians as a tool for control and manipulation. On March 24th, 1976, through a coup d'etat, the armed forces overthrew the constitutional government led by María Estela Martínez de Perón, that was the president of that moment, and established the last military dictatorship in Argentina in the 20th century. That also happened at the same time of the 1978 World Cup in Argentina. This was used by the government to give an image of normality and unity in the country, while in the background the opposition was repressed. The victory in that World Cup was used as a distraction from the horrors of the dictatorship, a symbol of triumph for a nation that was actually deeply divided by inside. From 1976 to 1983, Argentina was governed by a military dictatorship that committed horrendous human rights crimes, including torture, extrajudicial executions, and the imprisonment of thousands of people without trial. The hallmark of political repression in Argentina, however, was the practice of enforced disappearance. At the same time of the dictatorship, the 1978 FIFA World Cup final was played to determine the winner of this World Cup that was played in Argentina. The final was 3-1 for Argentina against Netherlands in the biggest stadium used in the tournament and in Argentina, Monumental River Plate Stadium. The match was won by the Argentine squad, but it was used as a distraction of the political repression and social repression that was happening in Argentina in that moment. There were even thoughts or speculations that that World Cup wasn't really won so clean by Argentina, so it was, let's say, robbed, and the one of the trophy was dirty or not realistic, and that is also making Argentinian history dirty. In Argentina, right now, the politics besides football, it's improving little by little, step by step. And our president assumed on December 2023, so it's mostly kind of new. And his name is Javier Milei.
¡Levantala, Javi! ¡Vamos! ¡Levantala, Javi!
And he is a big football fan. He was a Boca Juniors fan, but because of politics he changed opinions. And Javier Milei, it's related to football. He has videos of himself playing football as a goalkeeper. And his relation to the football is close enough to say that in Argentina, football clubs have always been owned by their members, not some private investors. But our president, Javier Milei, wants to change that by allowing clubs to become private companies, like in Europe. Some say this could bring more money, some people say it could bring more money and better management, but other people worry that it will take away the club's identity and make football less accessible for fans. This debate shows that in Argentina, football is not just a game, it's deeply connected to politics and national identity.
Ahí la tiene Maradona, lo marcan dos, pisa la pelota Maradona, arranca por la derecha el genio del fútbol mundial, y es el tercero a tocar para Borruchaga, siempre Maradona, genio, 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 ta, 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 ta. Para que el país se opulle apretado, gritando por Argentina.
I really like this part due to the relevance that the effect has on someone's perspective when he hears about it. Football in Argentina has created such a strong culture that even the players are seen as almost religious figures, or religious figures like, for example, Diego Maradona. He's venerated as almost a god, and his influence goes beyond sports.
En el nombre de la cosa,
with a Maradonian church that adores him.
Don Diego y el fruto de su amor.
The Maradonian church boasts approximately 500,000 worshippers worldwide. Its co-founder Alejandro Verón estimates this is the Argentine folk culture.
Queridos hermanos maradonianos, bienvenidos una vez más a una ceremonia que hoy tenemos el agrado de bautizar a unos hermanos que han venido desde muy lejos para que demuestren a sus hijos, a sus nietos y a todos.
Diego is the religion of the heart and it's born out of love.
En Boca tiene a Caleri para el gol. Palacios tiene a Caleri para el gol. Palacios la da y Caleri se va. Se va para el gol o Tevez. Caleri o Tevez. Caleri o Tevez. Tevez no. Caleri, 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 Caleri. Cántalo, 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 cántalo.
Allianz Arena, Camp Nou, Bernabeu. I have seen another stadium, but I think few stadiums can beat them. One of those, La Bombonera.
Football has a power of convocation that unites people from all corners of Argentina. Clubs are not just sport teams, but they are symbols of identity for neighborhoods and communities. In Argentina, the place you were born and the team of your surrounding is and will be the team of your life. So if you betray your team, you will be judged in the country. A popular phrase about this topic is "De un equipo se nace, no se hace." That means from a team you're born, you're not made. That reflects the idea that in terms of football teams, you do not choose your team as you could choose an option or an interest, but is part of something from the beginning, either by family heritage, tradition, or place of origin. The rivalry between Boca Juniors and River Plate for example, goes far beyond a football match. Although we are rivals, not enemies, there are tons of fights or argues about it. Known as Superclásico, it was called many times the best rivalry match, even upper from Real Madrid against Barcelona or Milan against Inter. Mostly due to the passion and the intense match days they have.
Andrada, ¿no? Qué error, porque no estaba seguro.
Nández que mete la pelota, no puede Pinola. Ahí está Benedetto, va. ¡Gol de Boca! Benedetto a los 40 con el tiro libre. Atención que ahí va.
Football also has its key part of Argentinian economy. Exporting players, since they are future stars, is a job that is well done in Argentinian football. Players like Lionel Messi.
Pep is the boss, but here's Messi, away from 2, 3, 4, wonderful,
Sergio Agüero.
Agüero!
Diego Maradona.
Arranca por la derecha el genio del fútbol mundial y es el tercero a tocar para Borruchaga siempre Maradona. Genio, ta.
Ángel Di María.
McAllister para Messi, Messi toca la pelota para Álvarez, que toca para McAllister, gol de Di María, cruzó la que gol de Di María, la cruzó para Di María y está.
And lots more.
Wanchope, Tevez.
Were transferred since younger to Europe to develop their level and be successful in their careers. Additionally, these players' export is one of the main sources of income for the country, and many of the largest clubs have become global brands due to this. However, like to almost everything, it has the dark and weak side. This side is represented by corruption and bad management. Many clubs have serious financial difficulties. And the relationships between the barras bravas, that are the aggressive ultra fans, and the football leaders has been subject of constant controversy. Corruption in the clubs and violence in the stands are aspects that show how football can also feed negative practices within the system. And Argentina has a big amount of kind of negative practices and difficulties. For example, my team, Boca Juniors, is experiencing a corruption moment and management where the president, Juan Román Riquelme, that was the best player historically in the team when he used to be a professional player, is now in the presidency of Boca these years, and his management and decision are not really clear or clean. And I can say that Boca is suffering the worst situation in the club's history. At the point, I can say that Boca is, for example, my team, Boca Juniors, is experiencing a corruption management where the president, Juan Román Riquelme, that was the best player historically in the team. He used to be, when he used to be a professional player, he's now in the presidency of the team these years, and his management and decisions are not really clear or clean. And I can say that Boca is suffering the worst situation in the club's history. At the point where the biggest team of the continent is not fighting for any continental trophy in 2025 in the early February, we can say that this is not a good performance for a so big team in the continent. We are arriving to the end of the documentary, and as a conclusion, I will say that football has deeply shaped the culture, politics, religion, and economy of Argentina. Through his influence, he has united people in a large common identity, has been used as a tool of political power, and has generated large incomes. Although he has also led to corruption problems, football is much more than a game in Argentina. It is a reflection of society and an engine that continues to drive the country in different directions. Thank you.